Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter 11 Summer Sun by Robert Louis Stevenson. Students, throughout this poem, the personification is defined as the attribution of human characteristics to something non human or the representation of an abstract quality in human form. In this poem, the poet's words brings an inanimate object to life. In this case, it is the sun. The sun has been personified as someone with a prominent, joyous personality. His presence is quite conspicuous as the traverses across the realms of heaven and earth. So, throughout this poem, we came to know that the sun is shown in the great formation, and the sun described different aspects of the sun's characters. This poem is perfect example of the use of personification. In the very beginning of the poem, the sun is shown in the great formation, and when it travels across the wide sky, it is calm and composed. In summer, the sky is clear, so it shines brightly. If it rains for a while, the sun shower uh, its rays on the blue and glowing sky and passes through the raindrops on rays are thicker than rain. In the second stanza, the summer in a season is being described here, and in summer the sun shines brightly and it blinds means window covers, or we can say curtains, are pulled to keep the room cooler. Yet the sun grows mischievous and stealthily it enters the room through the cracks of the room and opening, slipping his golden fingers, warming up the room. It used to present it here in the personification form as human being who slips his golden fingers through the cracks. It has been shown throughout the second stanza. Now, students, that is the explanation of the third stanza, and in the third stanza, the sun rays enters through the keyhole, making the storeroom on the top with spider clads and cobwebs seem happy and bright when these used to get the sun rays. And sun enters through the broken edges of the tiles and making its presence on the laddered hay loft means animals fodder also. It used to present the smile also. So here in this last line, that is the use of personification is also done. So now it is the explanation of the fourth stanza. In the meantime, the sun shows his hot glowing face to garden, grounds, providing warmth to different plants in the garden. The sun sets his warmth and glittering look even on the climbing ivy plants. Ivy plants is a evergreen growing plants, and sun rays used to visit there in the inmost corner of the ivy plants. That means no place is spared to be visited by the sun rays. In the last paragraph, above the hills along the blue. In the last paragraph, the sun even reaches the high hills. Brighten up the sky and move with the air in the balanced and steady way. The sun pleased the child by painting the sky in the beautiful different shades of red and give them the rose its bright color. Means rose bright red color is used to be presented by the sun rays itself. The sun shining on the earth is like a caring for his gardener caring for his garden. Here sun has been presented as a gardener, and the whole universe is shown there in the form of a garden. Even when the sun sets, it spreads joy and happiness. So, in the end, students, I want to conclude that in this poem, the sun is given human attribute, and it shows as a man who is cheerful, mischievous, sometimes generous, and showering his rays to or upon earth and all the mankind's in a same manner. It is impartial for all the universe. So I hope you are happy with this ending. Goodbye. Have a nice day.